Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated. Okay, hello everyone. Hello, my replay crew. I don't know if anyone's going to be here or not. Because it's earlier than normal. And I just made it just a bit ago. So I don't know who's going to be here. But I got to go early because when I normally am live, I will be having a breast biopsy. So, yeah, that's why I'm going early. I'm not really looking forward to it. Okay, I don't like needles. Tattoo needles, not a problem, unless it's on a bone or my spine. But everything else, I'm not a fan of needles at all. Hey, Kat, how are you doing? Yeah. I didn't put much of a notice out for this. It was kind of quick. I had make sure I had everything ready to go. So once I'm done here, I can just head out the door. But yeah, I've got to go get that biopsy done today. And then I get to go to Joann's Fabric. So I can get some cotton fabric that I can lay over, where's it? That, because most of my kimonos are satin. So my gray fur ball doesn't try to climb it again like yesterday. So, no, yeah, exactly. It's necessary, but not fun. And I'll probably put another tag in. So if I ever get x-rayed, I'll have 2 dots and 2 different places on one side. The last dot, I think it's a titanium tag. I mean, it's just minute. But I could feel it for the good 2 months when I would do the thing on the Ring Fit where you swing back and forth, and I pop my back and it feel, I could feel it poke me. So yeah. And then I guess tomorrow, I'm trying to get this measured because I got to make a tie. One of the kimonos doesn't have a what do you call it? The tie. My granddaughter's daycare, their early classroom learning people have a class, so it's not open. So I have to take her. I go get her. Oh, good God! I got to get out of bed and about 7:30 and pick her up about 8 o'clock so I can bring her over here so my son can get some sleep. He works graveyard. And so I will have my little monkey tomorrow, or as I call her, a Spudnik. Hey, Mary, how are you? So I was just saying that I went on early because of I got that biopsy today. That'll be fun. It's an ultrasound biopsy, so they won't squish me like they did the last one. The last one was just almost looked like something out of a torture chamber, a sci-fi, the alien abduction torture chamber where they squeezed me into place where they had to put it, and they kind of tilted me sideways and oh, I'm good, good, good. Um, and then this thing comes up with the needle, and it's basically robotic, and it goes in there, and so yeah, it looks like I've been abducted and tested on. But this one's just an ultrasound to locate where it's at, and sweet. I think I've got you on every YouTube channel I have. I'm pretty sure I do. I've got my Chrome has different tabs for, I think I said all 3 of them. No, it's a completely different spot. My marker sits at about, what do they call it? 9 o'clock? Thank you, Mary. My marker's at 9 o'clock, The new thing they're going after today is at about the 12 o'clock. Oddly enough, I don't have the pain, the swelling's gone, the redness is gone. I I don't know. I don't know. So, it'd be interesting if it's what the radiologist saw 2 weeks ago is still there. Yeah, it's really weird, and I forgot how big they said it was. So, I think it's a lot of people who've had the breast cancer say there's no pain with it. Well, I had pain, and I'm just wondering if it's just menopausal because 'cause I'm 58, if that's what's causing it all. And if that's what's causing it all, I'm definitely going back to my doctor, which I never did make a follow-up yesterday. I was in such a hurry, um, to get on, estrogen. Yeah, this is just so bizarre. My son was like, "Well, you could get Kira from daycare and then keep her overnight," and I'm like, "I am not supposed to be lifting anything for, I think, a couple of days," so I said, "I'll pick her up in the morning and you put her in the car seat," so hey, Bacon, how are you? Yeah, I would much rather take, oddly enough, one more pill than deal with the alternative, but yep. Oh, interesting. I was wa and I froze. You Oh, god. I yeah. I nope. Uh, I froze again. I'm gonna see if I can get to it. I don't know, can you guys still hear me? Um, guys still hear me? Okay, sounds like you guys can still hear me. I'm gonna reload this page. It shouldn't be a problem. I'll just come right back up. Oh, it drives me bananas. Me and my 20 megs of uh, Wi-Fi that I get. Okay, guys, let's see if it'll let me shut it off or okay. I'm gonna Okay, I think I'm still here. Can I get a 5 by 5? Um, Give me a second. Okay, it looks like I'm still here. So, yeah, uh, um, was it Marf? I waited till about 11 o'clock last night for a Marfugal show, and he didn't have one because thank you, thank you. Evidently his internet went down, and I'm sure he's got a cable internet. He's on the west side. We can't even get cable up here. Um, and their cell phones. His wife's on his in-laws plan because she's been there since she was little. It's just cheaper. He has his plan. His daughter, his older daughter, has a different plan. So all three different uh, cell phone companies were out too. So I don't know what's going on. Um, it was, but I didn't have any. I didn't have any problems on the east side of Washington. Marf's in the Seattle area, but I also have this antique version of internet because I guess the where it's supposed to go through this line, it's through some uh Apple processing company's property, and there's are dinkuses, and they don't want to allow any upgrades to the line. So 20 is about is as fast as I can get if I can get it. So, and I have this plugged into my Ethernet. So, no, I do not need to pop up to restore the page I'm already on. So, hopefully it stays. But yeah, I get the baby tomorrow. And then once he wakes up, he'll come and get her. Yeah, might as well take her shopping to keep her busy. I'm trying this thing. Okay, I got a class reunion Saturday. Not really looking forward to it. Um, but it's called Crack's Law, and it's got hamburger and uh ginger and soy sauce and rice wine vinegar. Oh, the pink. That's my measuring because I need to make a tie for one of the kimonos that doesn't have a tie. So yeah, I don't even think about it when I wear these things around my neck. I'm so used to it. Oh, I'm so careful of that, especially with my dragon lady nails. Um, but yeah, I've got this is my second one. My first one that I had for God knows how many years. The 3-year-old cut into it with scissors, so it's now hers. It's now hers. So yeah, she has her own with tape on it. I had to fix it with tape, but yeah, I hope I will be able to pick her up tomorrow. Multi-care. You have an upcoming appointment at 1:45. Yes, I do. I wish I. Sometimes I have to actually just remove mine and start over because you can't edit. So yeah, I'll just remove my own and redo it. But yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get just a chunk of time that I can get my own shit done. It's like, so doctor today, baby tomorrow, Friday I start cooking. Yeah, I know the feeling. I need more coffee too. Friday I gotta cook for Saturday so I can spend Saturday morning getting ready. And of course, I'm getting ready to go to, a high school reunion. So what do I get? A breakout underneath my chin. It's like, yeah. Um, be just like back in high school, covering it with foundation to hide the fact that I have a zit at 58 years old. So, um, I did some video watching of a ultrasound biopsy, so I've got an idea of what I'm walking into. I would get those shots in my back and my sciatic nerve, and they would use basically an X-ray of this one to get the needle in the right spot. Oh, I know, Mary. I wish that too. I've accidentally done that a couple of times. Um, yeah, I'm really, really hesitant to touch my phone. I'll just set it on the counter and not touch it unless I have my stylus in my hand. But yeah, these aren't the nails I'm gonna wear Saturday. No, where's the shirt? Not only do I gotta get fabric when I go into Joann's today, I want to get different buttons. These buttons are kind of tacky. I need gold buttons. I mean, yeah, they would go with this down here, but I think it would be more of a statement if I got gold buttons. I might just gold buttons to go with it instead. Ideally, I would love sun and moon, but I don't know if Joann's has it. So, gotta break out the old strapless bra. Um, and then it's got, so it's got a cover over the top, and so I think I might have to. I don't know how. I don't have a. I guess I don't have as long a body as I thought I did, but I also didn't want it skin tight either, so it's a little big. Might have to tuck it up and make it so it's not so long. But hey, Brett, how are you doing, hon? How are you holding up? Are you good? How's your siblings? Get that back up there. How are you and your siblings doing, hon? No. Ben, that's an interesting thing to watch. I mean, you can pick things up though quickly after a while. And I don't know what Starfield is. Um, hey, Match, how are you? Yep, and I'm getting there as too short. I'm like 5'3" something. I started out at 5'4 3/4 when I hit my peak at 8th grade. I stopped growing after 8th grade. Um, I was just telling people I've got. Oh, Brett, I'm so sorry. At least it'll be a little bit of closure. I'm sorry, Brett. Here, Brett. See if I can get this without having this lock up on me again. And I can't put emojis. There we go. Biopsy's going at 1:45 today, so I'm just kind of keeping my mind busy before I get to it. So, yep, so I'm pretty sure I'll have a scar right up here somewhere, just in time to wear that top to my class reunion and have people ask me, "What's that bruising for?" So, but it might be a good excuse of, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm exhausted after this. I need to go home and bug out early." So, I have a tiny one but they only did that like a year and a half ago, so there's still a little bit of one from when they put in the tag. They did a biopsy and a tag on the one over here. So, yeah. Um, and they went in on it looks blue, so I'm guessing it's a vein. So getting it to stop bleeding. Yep, exactly. Worrying doesn't do any good. I just keep my mind busy. Um, they couldn't stop the bleeding there for a while, and it doesn't help that I have a low platelet count naturally, so that was fun. Um, so I've got too many things to do and not enough time to do it. That is awesome, Brett. My since my adoptive father that raised me died in June, I've talked to my brother once, but yet my half brothers, I pretty much get a constant, one's been to the doctor, one got into a car wreck. I get texts like that constantly, more than I'm used to. Like, since we didn't grow up together, it's weird. I mean, it's lovely, but it's weird. So, but yeah, my boys, when I said we got to go see grandpa, they were immediately 5 minutes later, what time do we get there to leave? So, and getting a family to do that fast is next to amazing. But they live like 3 blocks from each other, which cracks me up. So you'd think, well, like my brother lives in Phoenix, and and my half brothers, one's in Tacoma and one's in Coeur d'Alene, and I think he's still in Laurel. I don't know. Nobody talks to him. He doesn't. But yeah, family's very, very weird, and you can pick your family. It's There's some of like mother's relatives that I consider family. There's this small, small handful. Out of when the folks got married in 61, there were 600 of her side of the family in the Yakima Valley. So, Brad, I'm doing okay. I'm on a little early. Oh, crud monkeys! I forgot to tell Paola. That's another thing I got to stop at UPS. I gotta go have a breast biopsy done. It should hopefully be easy. You know, the biopsy's not so much concern as the results. So I'm pretty sure it's nothing bad. I'm just thinking it's old age hormonal. Yay. So, yeah. Yep. Oh, my brother worked at in a town called Mabton up here, and that's where a lot of the relatives live. And one of them goes, "Well, what is it? Basically, during some council meeting, was like, well, you're a relative, so you should do whatever it was they wanted done." And my brother goes, no, your mom's relative, not my relative. I was like, ooh, snap. So thank you, Brett. Yeah, exactly. I will know a little bit more which direction. I know one direction I'm not going. So yeah. uh, But that was funny. I was like going, oh man, there was so much corruption in that town. There probably still is. So I don't I have like the tiniest contact with I mean, I ran into one that I would consider family, a cousin, um, who lives 50 miles, no, more than 50, about 75 miles to the east of me, um, at a little tiny gas station 5 miles down the hill from me. That was a I was I'm looking at her like, "Am I seeing this?" Never expected to find her in Natchez. but I don't forget where they were going. But we were too busy. Only thing on our brain was huckleberrying. We have to go huckleberrying. So, but yeah, I I'm still one of these. If it just comes out to the direction I don't want it to go, let's cut it out and give me radiation. Other than that, I'm good. That's all I'll do. It what was it? Had a doctor's appointment yesterday for it was a follow-up. It was supposed to be a follow-up with what the cardiologist said. Well, turns out I don't see the cardiologist until next Tuesday. So it's just like, hi, I'm doing good. Might as well just get my pain med refill since I'm here now. And oh, crud monkeys, I one more thing adds up to another to another. I have to stop at the grocery store and drop that off. I just need. And oh boy, I'm sure it was just her name on it. That's tough. I've been trying to make it so everything is in mine and hubby's name together. And because what happened with the daycare kids is when their grandpa passed away, some of the stuff was in his name, and then some of the stuff was in their name. And it's like she can't do anything with the extra Jeep they have because it's in his name. And the funeral home and Social Security funeral home mistyped his Social Security number, so it doesn't the certificate doesn't match Social Security number. It's chaos, but yeah. It's oh yeah. It's better to know. It answers so many questions and doesn't leave you hanging. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I remember someone saying something about, well, I don't remember there being this much cancer. And I'm thinking, don't you remember when you had that old relative that just, well, had to have a tumor cut out and then they kept going? That's, I'm pretty sure those back then was cancer. My dad had cancer in his 30s, 20s, something right here they had to cut out of his face. Yeah, it was done. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to, I think I have to go through and look at everything. I know the Toyota's in my name only because mother gifted it to me, from a family member. So I got to get both our names on that. And then I think on Donut, as we call it, it's a '03 Expedition that used to be a cop car. So we call it Donut. Um, yeah, that was a learning situation with the kids' other grandpa that what's got to be done. And then I'm trying to doesn't look like it, but I'm trying to thin stuff out. I just want a day that I can work in here and not have to do anything else. I mean, I won't get it next week. I'm hoping maybe the week after. Because Monday I got to pack. Tuesday we got to go to the appointment. Wednesday we got to drive home and then be here in time for the daycare. Little one, only the 8-year-old comes right now because brother's in cross country. So, and then next Friday's shopping. And now I understand why, even though I'm not retired, yeah, I just really can't work. My health doesn't, and I can't get my doctor to sign off on disability. It's like, no, you'd miss working. You'd miss the contact. I'm like, I didn't have contact to begin with, you know? Um, I'm busy. Sometimes I wish I did have a job so I could say no. I mean, having the daycare little ones worked out good so I could, uh the 8-year-old when she was younger and mother was still, in bed, uh, still up here, she started calling my mother mom because that's what I called her. So, but I was able to take care of mother and, gosh, they can't there's no respect for people anymore. It's all this. Um, so I had that ability to take care of her, and then when hubby had his surgery, I was here to take care of him. Oh, I don't think any place would want to have me start to work and have to have a heart issue, get up and have to turn around and leave and go home, or my other work, my last job, which was working on 9 years ago. Um, I could go back in the back room on the cold concrete and lay down and cross my arms and relax my back, and nobody said anything. I don't think I could do that now. So, yeah, they got to get all their little ducks in a row. And hopefully you get to stay where you're at. I hope so, because that's a lot to do quickly. I could. That's another reason we talk about when it's just the two of us, down to just the two of us, that we're gonna throw a lot of stuff into a storage unit and go decamp hosts for some places. So I got to start cleaning shit out. Uh, oh yeah, uh, you're not taught when you're younger to make sure your name, if you're taking care of somebody, that your name's on everything. We weren't, up until just recently, last December, when we lost Mike. That hi Flapjack, hey, that threw me for a minute. I don't know. I don't know how long. I know I'll find it out faster on my chart because everything goes through my chart. So they'll tell me today how long it should be. As it's got to go to lab and pathology first to figure out what it is, and then so. But yeah, either way, when I find out, I'll either do it live or put it on, depending on how much chaos I got going on. Uh, community post. So, um, my luck, I'll get the information when I'm sitting at the cardiologist's office, which will be when I get to the cardiologist's office. That'll be another my chart account for a completely different hospital. So it'll be for yeah. I get uh, was it 2 weeks ago? They I found out what the radiologist said, but through my chart. But I just got the letter 2 days ago. So yeah, yeah, we did. We lived in a lot different world. Yeah, here they're very, very short staffed. Yakima's terrible. Um, it's we only have one hospital now, so everything goes through this new multi-care, which is I like Swedish on the west side better, but yeah, I know. Yeah, I wish we could go back to the 80s. God, I wish we could go back to the 80s. Um, kind of do, kind of don't. I mean, I had hair back then in the 80s. I had so much damn hair they wouldn't fit in a banana clip. But, yes, Bradley, we are. I got the biopsy at 1:45 today, so I went live early. Yeah, I didn't get to go live yesterday because he decided to come home and carpool to our doctors were back to back. So he's like, I can come home, get out of my work boots, and then we can go together. And then, yeah. Oh, I wish I still had mine. Chestnut brown hair. That's what it was. Hold on. In here, hold on. You gotta get a kick out of this. Sorry, Goose. Minus the dust. Look at those Brooke Shields eyebrows. Yep. Chestnut brown hair. Yeah. I just wish I had hair. Yeah. All right, sweetheart. One moment. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. Good luck. And I'll try. So, do you work tomorrow? Or some more rest. Yeah. All right. Bye. Okay. All righty. This is another reason I don't normally go live until after she's gone. So no, these changed a bit, but yeah. Thank God I had that picture. I had to go to Mother's because she had it up on her wall. When they put caps on these, I could show them what my teeth look like, not just broken and ultra thin from eating lemons. Thank you, Janet. You know uh this white hair tells me I could have pulled off being a blonde in school. Yeah. I always wanted to be a redhead. My skin coloring, I carry the redhead gene because my oldest, before he went gray, his beard was just red. But I would like dye my hair a certain color, and my hair, it would eventually just turn red, and it just did not do good with this olive skin tone at all. But by having that picture, I could, they could see. I had to send it to the dentist, and so they could send it to whoever did my caps, so that it would match up to what my teeth are supposed to look like. Evidently, big teeth in the front are very feminine, according to my dentist. These two teeth bigger than the rest of them. I don't know. But yeah, I'll be 80 years old and still stuck with these things. Then, oh God, I jumped on this. I've gained 5 pounds. I think some of that 5 pounds has been water weight since I started exercising again really hard. So I took an extra water pill last night, and I swear to God, I was up every hour on the hour. You'd think I'd had a prostate problem, but sorry, guys. Yeah, the daycare kids' dad was that way. Our grandpa was that way. The Mike was just bright reddish, not the darker red, not an auburn, but the darker red. And then it just turned into white with a little bit of red in his beard and the freckles galore. Mike had freckles like crazy. Now the granddaughter's getting freckles like crazy. She's also a redhead. The 8-year-old's a redhead with blue eyes. I call her my little mermaid. What else do I call her? I also call her my dirty faced angel. Um, she, uh, food. No matter how many years I've taught her, dab, dab, clean your face. I'll look up and she's got food on her face. It's like, child, go to the bathroom, clean your face. So, uh, yeah, every time I try to dye my hair a different color, it'd start turning red, orange red. Yeah. Um, Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I was going white, gray haired in high school. It's genetic. My birth father, it's gray. It was always so much fun when you're walking down the hallway, just minding your own business, and all of a sudden someone plucks a hair out of your head because they saw white hair, so they plucked it. It's like, ow! Oh, yeah. I just, what was it? My niece, I dyed it, when they first started coming out with the different hair colors in the 90s. Um, she sat there and asked me, "How come, Annie Chris? How come their hair is pink by your head?" She's all the gray. I was only gray in the front for a long time, and so it would be pink, and the rest of my hair would be burgundy. I had a hairdresser when I went to get my hair cut when it actually grew. Uh, Tell me if I ever came in to have my hair dyed, and she was the master stylist. She said, "I will refuse to let you color your hair." Because it was just gray on the front and dark in the back. So, yeah. My niece, my half sister's youngest, she was 2 and she was getting gray hairs. I was like, "Holy crud." And we have the same father, so yeah. Yeah, I don't mind my white hair. People are asking, "What color's your hair?" I said, "I just call it Edgar Winter White." And the younger generation will look at you like, "What?" I'm like, Never mind. Just never mind. You need to be musically educated." So, um, grandma her hair was stark white. Grandma didn't have much hair at all anyway. So I, you see all these people, all the Native Americans with the beautiful, long, straight, dark hair, thick, nope, not grandma. Frizzy, very, very thin and bright white. Yeah, I saw Yakima Indian native. She at a grocery store and I looked at her and she had the thin hair too, and I went, "Oh, thank God it's not just me." But yeah, I go everywhere with a hat on. Um, that is in the bedroom because I'm not supposed to wear it uh, for the ultrasound. This I can just take right over my head. But I got it off last night really easy. I'm like going, well, I'm just gonna leave it here so I don't lose it because I can't replace that one. I don't even know. I think I did a reverse image search one, and I've done it a few times, but only once did I find it. Someone had it on Pinterest, and so yeah, that's got the really thick chain, and it's in the door with uh my ring from Paola because uh that one's a little loose, and I can wear it when I've been swelling. That's what they said, not to wear any necklaces because I don't know if it messes with the ultrasound or what. So yeah, this one I can just take off, put in my purse, get another one off Etsy if I need be. But I've only found that one um once on a Pinterest picture, and I got that one like 25 years ago from the Pyramid Collection magazine. That's how I know the cat's name is Merlin. But yeah, I could never find it again. Uh, I have to have something on. I can't. Obviously, I don't wear earrings. I mean, these are considered well, kind of earrings. They're just flesh tunnels, as they call them, or as the 8-year-old when she was little would put her fingers through it and pull on them. So, so that's she thought that was funny. I'm like, no, ouch, no, that hurts. Because you can put her finger through through grandma's ear hole. So, oh, awesome. Yeah, it is. All the rings and my necklaces weigh a half a pound. So, my latest Etsy buy was some more full covered nails. Um, the Yeah, you feel to put it lightly, you feel naked. I left this on because of the weight, so I could, what's nice is none of it shows up except for my watch on a metal detector. Ooh, that'll be cool. Kick myself. Years and years ago, they had a teaching skull from like 1910 or whatever. Still had the lower jaw and all the teeth for $76. I kick myself for not getting it. So, yeah. Um, like I've got buried between all these boudoir lamps I need to redo over here. I have an elk skull that I found in the woods. I carried with me by bumping on the rest of the hike home. I mean, to the rest to the hike to the car, I carried it with me. I got a cat skull downstairs. I've got a raven skull back here. I've got a magpie skull I need to finish cleaning up in the garage. So, um, yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if anyone wants to see me do that at 58. I joke around that if I like, uh, ooh, I've got to catch one of those. I have got to catch one of those. I've got to get back into crafting. I got to get this sewn here within probably when I come home. Um, that It's like when I went out for my birthday. The kids were trying to get me because I went to a Mexican restaurant. I need it's the Anjitos. What it's on Summit View. I call it the Mexican Dairy Queen. They're trying to get me to have a margarita. I said at this age with tequila, nobody needs to see me have a margarita. Not a good idea. So, but I'll have I get it at Costco. Uh, it's like an agave wine margarita kind of thing. I haven't. Uh, yeah, funny looking. Um, uh, so yeah, in America, uh, especially, I grew up in the Mexican culture to where so hilarious. A cousin who's like, I forget, one of mother's cousin's kids. Okay, so I knew him from growing up. We're both at Columbia Basin College in Pasco. I'm sitting there in a short denim skirt. So my cousin Steve decides to take off his jacket and lay it over my knees because I had too much skin exposed. So yeah, they just, buttoned up tight, can't have a whole lot of skin showing. I'm from my parents were silent generation, so yeah, I remember thinking, what the hell? Because it was the 80s. We always wore the small little Valley Girl skirts and everything. And, but that was just too funny. I just decided that I needed to have a covering over my knees. Yeah. Uh, Columbia Basin, I haven't seen there. Oh, yes. Yes. Very Catholic. Very, very Catholic. Um, I remember going to church, and my tia, my great great aunt, still wore the lace head covering to church. Yeah. Had them in white, black, and tan, depending on what she was wearing. So, yeah. I have no idea what happened to him. Um, he did I forget what he did. I don't remember what he was going to school for. Me, I was just dinking around, just getting my AA. Turns out my AA is in the sciences, general science AA. I took the psych classes, the social classes, the astrology, the everything, not astrology, astronomy. Yep. Uh, Thank you, Brazzy. Yep. And Neek, yep. That's even in I forget what part of the Bible to have your head covered, which is, I cover it with a hat continually, but oh. I gotta go. Okay, packages in the car. I did not make a list for this of everything I gotta get done today. I know I'm gonna forget something. So interesting. I never got that far. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I got my AA, and I was 2 classes away, no, 1 class away in CBC from getting my AA, but since we moved to Yakima, I had to have 24 more credits because I transferred. So I was running out of classes to take. Yeah. Um, yeah, it'll be okay. Not, I kinda wanna watch. Yeah. They say, well, at least with a C-section, they say they don't let you watch that initial incision because I guess whether you can feel it or not, I guess your body will flinch. I don't know. I kinda when they'd give me the shots in the back, I'd watch the X-rays, and, that's when I learned I have, why I have hip problems like I do. Because you look at typical hips and they're rounded, and then you've got that bursa, that sack of whatever it is, fluid or whatever. Rather than mine just being smooth and rounded, right where those sacks are, mine come to a point. So that's why they're constantly irritated. So it hurts to walk. Yeah, I um I've always wanted to watch. Hubby's got to have a cyst taken out of his back, and I may be willing to get up to be at the doctor's office at 9:30 so I can watch that too. I have no problem watching Dr. Pimple Popper. Neither does my youngest. I came home one time from what time is it? I gotta make sure. Okay. I came home one time. He was homesick, and that's back when we had satellite, and and we still had TV. He must have been like 6th or 7th grade, and he's watching a surgery on TV on one of the Discovery channels because we always had to have the science packet. Um, oh yeah, that would do it. Yeah, that would do it. If someone's getting sick next to me, I would too. But I'm like, "What are you watching?" Yeah, uh, it's a surgery. What are you watching? He goes, "Oh, breast implantation." I went, "Okay, interesting. All right." You know, and he sat there and watched it, and yeah, as The only time I got feeling yucky was when Dr. Marquis, which was my OBGYN, I think he's gone now. He was older when I was 30 some years ago. But he took my blood instead of oh, I can't remember her name now. It's terrible. I can see her face. Uh well, he moved the needle and the blood just went beep. I had to stay there for an extra 30 minutes. My oh, ouch. Man, I didn't even know there was a show about that. Botched boob jobs? Ouch. Uh, I don't know who decided that big boobs were the thing to have. I wish you men could carry them around for a few days. And you'd understand the backache. So, yeah. Um, I don't do I can do pimples before I can do vomit. I don't unless it's an infant, I don't do it well at all. I used to tell the boys, now that you've been sick, you ain't gonna get sick again, so clean up that mess you left in the bathroom. You're not gonna get sick right away, so clean it up. I said, because I'm not getting sick cleaning up your mess. Yeah. This is it. I wish more of them would wear it. Understand it's not as easy as they think it is. Oh man. Of bad speaking of bad plastic surgeries, um, next time I talk to my daughter-in-law, I'll let her know that, when you get these lip fillers, your body doesn't absorb it. It moves. I was watching something where oh yeah, you have to find just the right tent for the boobs, yes. Um, some gal was doing something to her face to push it back into her lips. And I'm like, that's disgusting. That's gross. Um, it's like my daughter-in-law gets Botox shots because she doesn't want the wrinkles, but she can't really make facial expressions. I'm like, forget that. I'm not having pig botulism in my forehead. And not to mention, I use my eyebrows too much. And I worked for years to get that one eyebrow up because me and Star Trek I am older than the Star Trek pilot by 2 days. The one with Captain Christopher Pike. Yep. So, yeah, I worked on that and this as a kid to be able to do that. Yeah. When I worked at Yakima Valley School, and this is in '94, I had a gal that could tell, a lady who'd been working there for years. She goes, I can clean up a shitty diaper with one hand and eat a sandwich with the other. And I'm like, wow, not that good. I mean, it's not a goal I want to aspirate to get, but I remember walking in one of the clients. Uh, she got a hold of, she got to it before we could change her. We walked into the bedroom and she had it up, just covered one side of her face and the wall. And we opened the door. She had bright, bright blue eyes. And so you see this bright blue eye looking at you after all this shit. I'm like, oh my God. She needs a shower. We're going to be getting out of here late. She needs a shower. But yeah, it was gross. But I couldn't eat a sandwich, but it didn't get to me anymore like it used to. But yeah, just cannot do puke or I'll puke. Even the boys thinking it's funny when growing up making that sound, you know, it's like, get the fuck away from me now. Now, do you want me to throw up on you? Knock it off. Yeah. Oh man. I love working them with the developmentally disabled, but uh, we had one gal you couldn't turn your back on her, or she'd come up and hit you. as hard as she can. So crayons, yeah. I haven't had crayons on walls in years, but then again, my little wall drawer is now 33. So he drew a little smiley face up by the light socket, the switch, and then the legs all the way down to the floorboard in pen. And I was like, oh my, thank you. So his daughter got a hold of a permanent marker a while back. Yeah. And had to get that off the wall. And I kind of cleaned it the best I could and repaint it. So, all right, guys, I got this thing in an hour and I still got to stop by UPS. So I get something shipped out. But I'll make a little community note how it went when I'm back. Because I got to go write a list now so I don't forget what I got to get done for today. And I haven't even figured out dinner yet. I'm thinking Papa Murphy's is sounding really good, taking baked pizza. We shall see. All right, guys. For Paola, when she catches this on the flip side. All my love, Miss Dragon. All right, away we go. So I get on my stuff. Get my list made. Get all my crap in the car so I don't forget something. Probably my purse is what I will forget. Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.